Today we are here with Evan Williams, the PRCC Director. So for those who may not know you, tell us a little more about yourself and what your experience has been like at Penn State so far.
Sure. Name is Evan Williams, and I am from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, which is outside of Pittsburgh. And a little bit about me. I was a individual who didn't want to go to college. And so my father, shared with me, well, if you don't go to college, you don't have to move out the house and get a job. And so that scared me, and so I went right on over to college. And so therefore, at that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. Luckily I had a campus, I see him as a campus dad, Dr. Kahan Sabla, who kind of showed me what student affairs is. And, I'm grateful for that experience because I knew I wanted to help people, just not too sure who. And so, who am I? I am a supporter and advocate and a student affairs practitioner as it relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and making sure that a lot of our students who are part of underrepresented communities, get to the graduation stage, because higher education is a very daunting journey to navigate, especially for those who are first generation students. And so being that loud voice in the room to make sure that our students are being heard and that the institution can make the appropriate moves and initiatives to be able to create more access. So that is who I am. I'm also a big person that loves to have to go to spin classes, so I just got my Peloton bike, and
Okay.
it is the best thing for me. So what else? I am a preacher's kid. I am a mover and a shaker that is not afraid to show up authentically. And so for those of you out there that are listening to this, I encourage you to do the good work for yourself, to come to a space of being authentic so you can show up for other people. So that's who I am.
I love that.
Yes. And there was a second part of that question too. I don't think I answered it.
What has your experience been like at Penn State so
There
far?
we go.
Yes.
My experience at Penn State has been absolutely phenomenal. Of course, there has been some ups and downs. And so my career started at Penn State Greater Allegheny back in 2015, where I was serving as a residence life coordinator and doing student activities work. And at that campus, which is outside of Pittsburgh, I had the opportunities to create programs for students of color on that campus, as that was a need that was not being met. And so with that, had some great leaders who again showed me the ropes, what it was like to be in student affairs. Then I wanted to kind of have a challenge, and so a colleague at the time, Andre Colbrith, who was part of Residence Life, he encouraged me to apply to University Park to become a Res Life coordinator. And I was like, nah, I'm good at Greater Allegheny, I'm going to stay there. And so I went on a challenge and applied, got the job, and then COVID came, and I had to get out. And so from that point, I went to Penn State Harrisburg to serve as the inaugural Assistant Director for Student Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And that was a great position to be able to allow students to see representation on that campus and to create an office that supports marginalized and minoritized students. And then now coming here back to University Park. So my experiences as it relates to Penn State has been very it's been a blessing to be able to work for a predominantly white institution and to create space for students who typically don't have a voice. And so there has been some harm done. We're not going to lie about that, but it has charged me to grow differently in how I show up and how not to treat people. Mm-hmm. And so with that, Penn State is a thriving institution. With our new administration as it relates to Dr. Benapudi and her vision and initiatives for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so where we are at politically in this world, some states got away with their DEI work. And so it's pretty awesome that we can still have our units who serve populations that other states cannot. So I'm very blessed to be here.
Absolutely. Representation matters so much, and I feel like you're doing a great job so far, like with all the various places that you've been at. So yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
After spending so much time at Penn State, what does being the director of the PRCC mean to you?
Oh, that's a loaded question. So I started this position June 12th of this year, 2023. And so what that means for me is, the torch was, set down and leadership has changed. And for me to have the opportunity to pick up the torch, then I am helping carry the historical knowledge and legacies that have been already set prior. And so being able to come in with a critical lens as to what can we do to impact for the next 50 years. What type of foundation can we lay for the generations to come? And so that means that I have been entrusted with respect and I would say the weight to definitely pick the PRCC up and take it to a new level. Mm-hmm. And so it has been very taxing. However, every day when I walk into work, it hits me. I'm like, oh, I'm the director of the PRCC.